Warning, this content is for entertainment and educational purposes only. This video is brought to you by First Detachment Nutrition. Battle tested, expert formulated. Use discount code AB10 at checkout for 10% off. All right, folks, headed out for Masters Nationals. Got 2 days left. I'm getting ready to drive to Pittsburgh. Get all my food packed up. There's, I always forget something. Hopefully I don't forget anything. But I'm going to grab all my shit. I've already gotten everything ready to go. Oh, you'll see here. I've made my food. It's beef and rice. I've got all my meat and stuff. I'll pop it in the cooler. It is a hot ass day here in Virginia. It's I don't know, man. It's like 100 degrees here, something like that. And hopefully things will be good in my cooler because I got a 4-hour drive ahead of me to Pittsburgh. Nothing would be worse than food poisoning at my show. I've had that happen before. I made that mistake. I don't know. I think maybe that's what happened to me last year. I thought maybe it was an IBS flare-up, but something certainly did not go according to plan at the show. I had explosive diarrhea the day of the show, so I'm going to do my best to keep everything refrigerated here and as cool as we possibly can. I'm going to throw my, this is probably overkill, but I'm going to throw my gummy candy and shit in here too so it doesn't get all, melted. I got my Mike and Ike's that I eat on the high days. Today I'm just keeping it simple with the food. I'm doing a carb load today. And nothing insane today. Today is going to be mostly just rice-based carbs. I have a hard time hammering down 1,000 grams in rice and carbs. So let's do the math on it. That is 20 cups of rice, which is a lot. That's a lot of food volume. I don't know how anybody can complain that they're not hungry, they're not full on a carb cycling diet. The good thing with the carb cycling diet is even if you're struggling a bit, you've only got 6 days till your next low day or your next high day. So the time that you have in there, there's really not, it's not that hard mentally. That's the thing that I like about it, is you've got a nice mental break in there. If you are struggling, if you're struggling to diet and having a hard time with the food, the hunger pangs, you just got to make it 6 days. And really, I'll do like 1 or 2 low days where we really push the fat burning. I don't know if you can see these or not, but this is chicken breast on sourdough because I'm on the road. It's about the only thing I can do. It's hard. It might not be a microwave to heat up the rice, so I'm going to do that on the road. It's, you know, got to do what you got to do when you're on the road. But if I have enough rice, I have extra. Hey, dude, mastiff face in my cooler. What are you doing, bro? On my food. So that's the plan here. If it's sometimes when you stop at these gas stations, they will have microwaves. Some of them don't. So it really just depends. Really just depends on where we're at. For my Tesla, I'm gonna have to stop to charge. Probably, technically I got enough charge I can make it all the way to Pittsburgh, The Model S that I have, it gets almost 400 miles of range, but I don't want to push it that far. My bladder won't last that long anyway, so I'll have to stop and pee at some point. And then I'll charge for 15 or 20 minutes and then eat and then get back on the road. So it's really not that much of an inconvenience to charge like people make it out to be. It's really not that big of a deal. And people make it out like it's some big inconvenience to charge, but I have not found it to be that way. Now, there was a few years ago, there was some sparseness on where you could find chargers. Dude, get out of my cooler. So there was that case. You can see here, I'll never make fun of another person for packing. I don't know how many things I have. I got multiple things for packing. All right, everything's packed up in the car, ready to go. I'll show you here the damage. Check this out. I pack like I'm going on a European vacation. I got all my supplements, camera tripod, I got my bag for show day that has all of my goodies in it that I need for show day, water bottles, cooler with the food, suitcase. If you can see in here, the car is charging. There's 340 miles on the charge. Got about, said it will go up another 38 miles. So 378 miles total range on the car when it's fully charged. So that's not bad, all things considering. I mean, I can only drive about 2 or 3 hours without taking a break anyway, a pee break. And I mean, if you're driving 70 miles an hour, that's 3 hours. It's what, let's see, 210 miles anyway. So, and then to put 200 miles of charge back on, it's only going to take 10-15 minutes at the supercharger. But you can see here, I know it's a bodybuilding channel, but I'm giving everybody the Tesla tour. You can see here I have it on the charger, and then I have a charger mount installed in my garage. It's back here. And I think the charger was 400 bucks. It's what Tesla, 400 or 500, something like that. And then one of my friends is an electrician. He charged me $500 to install it. Now, it was an easy install because it's right next to my breaker box. But it's a 60 amp circuit. So not every house can support it. You need to have a newer house. Let's see if the Tesla will seal up. I think I got everything in there correctly. Let's see here. Yep, we're good. All right, packed up and ready to go. All right, so I stopped here in Pennsylvania, I don't know, about halfway to eat my food and charge my car. It's weird. Here at the supercharger, you can see here. Traveling as a bodybuilder is a pain in the ass. So I got everything packed here. I am going to get my food out. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm gonna have rice cakes, and then I made my 2 sandwiches. If I can dig them out here and find them. Where are they at? Did they get crushed under the packages? Yes. Yes, they got crushed, motherfucker. Well, we'll make do. This is what happens when you travel as a bodybuilder. Crushed sandwiches. It's funny. I just stopped. I got out of the car. I saw this guy circling around in his car looking at me. And he recognized me from the YouTube channel. He said he was headed up, actually, for the show. It's a small world. It's always weird getting recognized in public. All right, I'm gonna go in here, to the Dunkin' Donuts and eat my food. Time to get back on the road here soon. We'll be in Pittsburgh before we know it. Alright, I made it to Pittsburgh alive. It took a little longer than what I expected to get here, but not too bad. This place, the Airbnb I got, has a crazy view. Check this out. Crazy view of Pittsburgh. Really, really cool view here. And I'm gonna go to the hotel. Gotta eat, check in with Justin Harris, my coach. And then after that, I'm gonna go see if I can catch the early check-in, which I think ends at 8. I can get this to track my face here and visit my client Jamie, who's competing in Classic tomorrow. So not only is it me competing, I've got 2 clients competing this weekend, so this is going to be interesting. All right, folks, I got weighed in. I just got here and checked in at the hotel, and I weighed in at 249.8. That is, let's see, I was 237, 238, something like that in my last show, so almost 12 pounds up from my last show last fall. I'm definitely a lot fuller. I don't know that I'm as lean as I was last year, so we'll see how that translates on stage. I'm going to work on drying out tonight. I'm going to run some aldactone tonight to pull down the water, and tomorrow we're going to dry out. Show is on Thursday. Today is Tuesday, and all checked in here. We'll see how it goes. Talk to my clients Jamie and David that are both here competing. Jamie's going to be competing tomorrow in Classic Physique, so I'm going to be here in the morning with him, and then on Thursday David's going to be competing in the men's bodybuilding over 60, and I'll be right after him in the over 50. I've never done a show where I have clients competing at the same time I am, so we'll see how this goes. It's either I'm going to do my best to be there for the guys and to take care of myself too. So one of my least favorite parts of getting ready for a show is having to shave my body. I got a tan coming up here. I don't know, about 3 hours, and I got to shower and do all this stuff. And the weapon of mass destruction here, the one blade. I know a lot of guys use razors to shave with before the show, and then end up with spots all over them, and they look like a goddamn porcupine when they get up on stage. The one blade is a lifesaver. It gets super close. This thing is awesome. I'm a goddamn gorilla, so shaving with this thing takes forever, but I promise you it's worth the extra time that it takes. I don't know, it's lunchtime. This morning I went over with Jamie, my client who's completing a Classic, and he did really well. It's funny because Jamie was all worried that he wasn't going to do well out there, and it's the mind fuck that we all have in our heads, and they had him right in the center for prejudging for a Classic. So we'll see how he does at finals, but I'm really proud of Jamie. Jamie was kicking some ass out there, and then tomorrow it's me and David. It's gonna be our turn to be up on stage, but for right now I gotta get this gorilla ass of mine shaved down and get ready for this evening for my tan. My tan is around 4:30. And the rest of the day, I'm just going to chill. I just took a 2-hour nap. I slept like shit last night. This place I'm staying, felt like a goddamn drag strip out here all night long. I guess this must be where all the teenagers hang out to show off their cars, and people were out here driving their cars revving their engines until 2 in the morning, and then I was just amped up last night anyway, couldn't sleep. But today the meals, Justin's kept the meals pretty simple. So you can see my prep setup here. Food scale, salt, almond butter, everything here. And that's pretty much it for now. We're going into finals tomorrow, for tonight for Jamie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hang out and watch him because of my tan, and then I got to keep my feet up, but I'll be there with him. I went over for prejudging this morning. They were moving people through fast, so I need to keep that on my mind for tomorrow morning to make sure I'm on time. I'm always early. All right, I'm here with my client Jamie. Just got that IFBB Pro card. Fantastic work, Jamie. Congratulations, man.
Thanks to you, man. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. I mean, for years I've been doing this, and this is the best I've ever looked. I'm so grateful for you, man.
Well, you worked your ass off, man. I'm really happy for you. Thank you, man. Congratulations.
Right. Paul's next.
We'll see. All right, well, got back from the hotel. That was exciting. Jamie, my client, got his pro card, and I'm still got the adrenaline rushing, and just some really cool. I don't know. It's just I may or may not have shed a tear when I get his pro card. It's just exciting seeing your clients do well. I know probably goofy about it, but it's actually I get more excited for them doing well than for myself. I enjoy seeing people be successful, but now it's back to taking care of myself and being selfish. I got to get Justin my check-in picks so we can make adjustments. I got 2 more meals left. It's like 7 o'clock in the evening here. I got 2 more meals left. See if he wants to make any food adjustments. I got to dry out a little bit more. I've dried out pretty well today. I'm going to show you my setup here for my posing picks, my check-in picks. One of the big things that drives me nuts with people is having inconsistent lighting. So you can buy these lights. I have one of these setups in a camera tripod for your phone, and I have this set up here. It's bright, sorry, but you can see here. I think I paid like $70-80 for this thing, and I take it with me. It folds up really small, and that way you have consistent lighting for all your check-in picks. So it's really hard to evaluate progress when you have inconsistent lighting on your check-in picks. It's really difficult for a coach to determine. So this is what I use, and I'll show you in the process I go through when I do my check-in picks. All right, so I set my phone up. I'll put it on my tripod over here. Get the exposure right. But the iPhone, I'm kind of a camera in there, but the iPhone always overexposes stuff. So if you're using an iPhone, and then for the dudes that don't know how to do this stuff, you want to also set up, just set a timer up. Like I get guys that they can't figure out how to use the timer on the phone. It's not that hard. So just adjust the exposure. You can look up a Google video on that and set the timer. I usually set it for 10 seconds, and we'll get some poses in to send over to Justin. Got my banana hammock mounted up. And that one looks good. Get another one. I finished prejudging this morning, and Man, it was a rough morning. I had explosive diarrhea all morning. I did not eat, nor did I drink before prejudging, which is less than ideal. And this is what happened to me last year. I had some sort of thing happen where my stomach got absolutely destroyed and I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was some food or an IBS flare-up. And after thinking about it and looking at what the common threads were last year, I thought maybe it was some food, but I kept my food more conservative yesterday. I didn't get aggressively fat load like I did in the past. I thought maybe that's what it was. And the only thing I can come to a conclusion is that it was the diazide. And I spoke to Kurt about diazide, and diazide can cause electrolyte imbalances in the colon and cause nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea. And that's the only thing I can figure is that the night before I took aldactone, which I'd never used before, and I tolerated the aldactone very well, but I still wasn't 100% dry, not as dry as I wanted to be coming into finals. So we used diazide for finals, and in the middle of the night it hit me. My stomach was like an eruption. I ended up dropping almost, let's see, I'm 242 right now. I weighed in around 250. I dropped about 8 pounds of water over a 24-hour period of time. So I actually landed on stage at 242. I don't know where I landed at on stage last year. I never weighed myself. I forgot my scale last year, so I don't have an accurate measurement of what my weight is. I assumed that I would probably drop 4 or 5 pounds of water, but I didn't expect to drop 8. That is a gallon of water that I flushed out over the last 2 days. That is crazy that I flushed out a gallon of water. And I wasn't sure if my conditioning was bad or if I was fat or if it was just I was holding a ton of water. And it was clearly my body fat was low, but I was just bloated and holding a ton of water, probably from all the carbs. And my cycle was a little more aggressive and just a multitude of things. But anyway, finished prejudging. They had me in first, it looks like, in the super heavies. We'll see what happens. The over 50 class here is fucking insane. I think there were less guys in the over 40. It looked like the over 50 might be the most competitive class, which is shocking to me. But there are a lot of old bodybuilders, so finals, who knows what'll happen. I gotta win my weight class, which I think I feel pretty confident about. I don't want to jinx myself, but they had me in the center unless something falls apart at the end. But usually they have this stuff judged and ready to go in the morning. I saw the judge nod his head at me when I went off stage, so take that as what you will. And we'll see what happens at finals. And the rest is just up to fate. I'm trying to get a little bit of food in now. I ate some Rice Krispie treats. They go down pretty easy, and I'm trying to rehydrate with some Pedialyte right now. I'm gonna rest, take a nap, put my feet up, let my body chill out, and we'll go into finals. I almost dropped this morning. I felt like I was going to throw up. I was dizzy. I was nauseous. I did not feel good this morning, but I pushed through and got on the stage anyway. I had had diarrhea all morning, so I took some Imodium to clear it up. I battled through, and I got through it. I feel better now that I got some fluids in me. I drank an entire liter of Pedialyte. We'll see. Hopefully, I don't think that's going to turn anything sideways because I'm so dehydrated. But that's where we're at. We'll see what happens at finals. Alright, I am back for finals. And stomach has settled down a little bit, so we'll see what happens tonight. I feel better. I got hydrated. I drank a fair amount. I ate a little bit of food. Nothing crazy. And we'll get on stage. I didn't want to tempt fate too much. Just take it slow. There's no reason to try to throw a Hail Mary pass and grind down food. Everybody panics about food on show day. there's only so much different food is going to make at this point. These guys get obsessed with being full or flat on show day. There's not a ton you can change your look on show day. You're either ready or you're not. That's why, I mean, I'm a little flat, but I'd rather be a little flat than spilled over. I'd rather lean on that side of the equation. I think that's always the safer bet. Different people have different opinions on it, but that's my take. We'll see how it goes tonight. I got about an hour before everything starts. Need to get my tan touched up. It's all fucked up. It's a mess. I've got the toilet stripes on my butt from sitting on the toilet. I took a nice 3-hour long nap. That was helpful. I feel a lot better. This morning I was not feeling well when I got on stage. This evening I feel much better. After the liter of a Pedialyte, and then I drank some Gatorade as well. Things seem to have settled down. I didn't take any of my orals today. Usually I had in the plan to run 200 milligrams of Winstrol today, but that didn't happen because of my stomach being upset. I didn't want to tempt fate. It's not really going to make much of a difference at this point anyway, so there's no point in doing it. And that's it, man. No supplements, just liquids, one meal. It's really all I've eaten all day is one meal. And we're going to go get on stage and see what the fuck happens. I'm going to get my tan patched up here in just a minute. It's pretty screwy. I'm waiting here backstage with the guys. Getting everything together. Get myself in the mindset before the show. I like to sit back and just kind of relax and focus on, go through the mental reps of what I'm going to do, keep myself calm. I'm a pretty calm person and I don't get too worked up about things. I was a performing arts major in college, and one of the things that we had to do was perform publicly multiple times a week, and that helps get you in the mindset of being comfortable with being in front of people. So I really don't get nervous on stage. A little bit of anticipation and getting worked up going up. But that's it. You can see the setup back here. The tanning and all the guys are starting to roll in. I'm an early bird. I get in early for everything, so I'm in here about 30 minutes early. Hopefully things go well. We'll see what happens.
264 and 246 switch, please. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Face front. Front double bicep. Front lat spread. Side chest. Back double bicep. Back lat spread. Side tricep. Abdominals and thigh. Your favorite, most muscular. And relax. Can we get a little pose down music?
And we have our winners. Great job, gentlemen. You may go to the diagonal line. In our Masters 50 and over, the top 3 in the overall earned their IFBB Pro card. Our second runner-up and new IFBB Pro is number 246, Joseph Mobarecki. First runner-up and new IFBB Pro is number 264, David Rossler. Our Masters 50 and over overall champion and new IFBB Pro is number 268, Paul Barnett. And we just want to thank you all for patronizing all of our sponsors and vendors. And again, you can let your friends and family know that they can check out the live stream by going to GaryUdit.com.
Well, I shocked myself. I didn't think I was going to win the overall, especially after shitting my pants all day long. I got the pro card, and I was kind of surprised that I won the overall. I got to be careful with this thing. It's kind of flimsy. Feels like it's made out of plastic. I don't want to break it. My first big trophy. It's going to go in the closet at home anyway. My kids will probably be playing with it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this giant pro card either. I don't know. I guess frame it and put it somewhere. But anyway, things went better than I expected. Time to get back to work. I'm not sure yet, but I may do the show at the end of August. We'll see how it goes. And I'll go from there. Thank you, guys. All right, I'm going to attempt the butthole and eat some pizza. Fuck it. I'm probably going to hate myself later on. I still need to wash this dirty tan off. But got some pizza, just a little one, nothing crazy. I have not had, I don't know why I was craving pizza. Pizza was on my mind, but I have not had pizza in like 6 months. Probably.
We're in Pittsburgh.
Something like that. Pittsburgh pizza. Here's what I got. Good old-fashioned meat lovers pizza from a local joint. I don't do chain pizza. If I'm going to get pizza, I'll get a local pizza. And then tomorrow, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Probably back to work. Well, watch this shit. Watch it come off my hand. Let's see if it'll let you go down. You can see. Hang on. Let me get in here. Look at this. This stuff's crazy. Oh, I got most of it off. Got that pizza bloat going on now. You can see it's better than what it was before, but this stuff is a pain in the ass to get off. It is damn near impossible. My belly's all swollen out now. That's why we don't eat pizza before we get on stage. But I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. Probably go watch the women bodybuilders compete in the morning and then head back to DC. It is a beautiful morning here in Pittsburgh, and I don't know, I'm just kind of taking the time to reflect a little bit on everything. I like to process everything when I'm done with something and think about it and what I can learn from situations and pass forward. And this has been a long journey. It's been something I've been thinking about since I was a teenager. I always wanted to be a pro bodybuilder. And there have been a lot of missteps, a lot of screw-ups, a lot of times where I've given up and then restarted. And one of the things I think I can impart on people is, this is something that I've always tried to do myself, is when you get knocked down, when your dick gets knocked in the dirt, just pick yourself back up, get back on track, and get going. The path upwards, and I'm not trying to sound all preachy here, is not a linear one. There's missteps, there's obstacles, there are things that will make you feel like you need to give up. I mean, trust me, I've had all sorts of shit happen to me over the years. I've had cancer, I went through a shitty divorce, I had kids, I had a business, I had a bunch of injuries. I feel like my body's kind of held together by duct tape and bubble gum at this point. But I always figured out a way to work around those things. And there were times that I've given up. Hell, I was ready to punch out yesterday morning because I did not feel good. I felt awful. And, you know, nauseous and diarrhea, and I didn't think I was going to be able to get on stage like that. I didn't want to go out there and puke on stage. But I pushed through it. And that's the one lesson I think I can impart on people is, if you want to do something, you want to do something great or be good at something, you're going to have a lot of shit happen along the way. It's not going to be perfect. It's just pushing through things and not giving up, and just staying consistent, not getting too high, not getting too low. I like to talk about how I try to stay medium all the time. And I'll tell you this, there are going to be a lot of people that are going to tell you you can't do shit. A lot of naysayers. Some of them are going to be really close to you. I've had people that I love dearly that have told me I should not do things, I should not try things, that I should give up, and have not been very supportive. And I just ignore it. There's nothing I love more in life than to prove fucking people wrong. Don't make assumptions about me, and don't let other people make assumptions about you. You keep grinding, you keep pushing. Don't let other people detract you from your goals. Doesn't mean you have to be a selfish bastard, lack empathy or anything like that. But don't let other people place their limitations on you. That's their limitations, not yours. Anyway, packing up, heading back to Virginia. Won't take a couple days to kind of recalibrate. I'm going to see how my body feels. I'm going to give myself 2 weeks. I'm going to get back on a diet. I had some pizza last night, but nothing crazy. I'm going to get back on a bodybuilding diet and not eat like an asshole. And I'll see where I'm at in a couple weeks. And I may do the pro show at the end of August. We'll see. We'll see how my body responds. I'm going to let my body dictate that. That's another thing that I've learned, is to listen to your body. There are times to push. There are times to pull back. Like I said, the path upwards is not linear. It's going to be filled with steps, missteps, obstacles, all sorts of things. You're going to have people that are going to tell you you can't do things. There's going to be all sorts of problems that happen. Just keep marching forward. All right, folks, take care. For coaching or consultations, head over to www.anabolicbodybuilding.com to book your spot today. I can help you with optimizing hormones, fat loss, muscle gain, physique, athletic performance, nutrition, and health. For more information, shoot me an email at bigp3rd@gmail.com.